Okay, hi everybody. I'm Henry Lee at Blue Heron Arts. I'm going to show you the process of mounting two sample paintings I did for my Zoom class this week. Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to study Master Ya Ming and his traveling sketches around the world. This is Japan, the sakura season, and I did this one based on several references. Anyway, the process is to dry mount it so I can take a good picture. You can see the paper is very thin. It's a rice paper. If you put on something, you can see through. It's like tracing paper thing. Okay, and when you get wet, like I painted maybe 3 or 5 washes with those pink dots, and got these waves or puckering. So we're going to remove the wrinkles by dry mounting, and what we need is silicone dry mounting paper. It comes with a silicone film. It's a heat activated, heat sensitive adhesive, and we need to have an iron set to somewhere between silk and the wool. It's 180 Fahrenheit, and we need some padding. I use denim cloth, 4 layers of denim cloth. You can also use felt, I guess, but very thin felt. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is to mount the backing, not the painting. This is what we call the method B. You can put this paper directly on the behind the painting. Also, that's the method A. And then you release the support and put it on a permanent support. This is a release paper. It doesn't come. It comes with one shiny side, which is the film. Another is this release. Okay, and we'll do this this way. It's much easier. Let's see. Well, this is a little bigger than the. Well, that's okay because it's transparent. So a little bigger may have some problem, but definitely you don't want too small. It should be exactly the size of the original. So you need a paper cutter or a roller blade and this, to cut the silicone paper into the size you need. Okay, we got pretty close, I think. We can always trim it, but you can use the scissors. Just for a shortcut, I'll use scissors. Okay, so you can trim the parts. I'm sorry for the time. You have to cut this out. But it's good to learn from my mistakes. If I don't do this, what happens? It might stick on something because it's exposed. And you will see if you put the entire white paper behind the frame, you will. If you use matte, it doesn't matter, but you will see some shininess if it's not covered by the painting. So anyway, I'm going to iron this, just a straight iron, no water. Let's see, we will do next step. Just a straight dry iron and just evenly activate the silicone and peel it from a corner. It would peel up like this. Alright. And you'll see a laminated, like a really shiny film on top of the on top of this backing paper. You can use watercolor paper if you don't have Bristol, but it has to be bigger than this size. It might not exactly match, you know. The next thing I'm going to use a sprayer. Just fine mist sprayer, anything. I spray the water outside the table because I don't want anything wet here. And I'll use, you can use a felt like this to protect this surface. I will do iron here and then spray on this part. So it's just separate. You can have it, if you have a larger table just separate. So I dampen the painting just to relax the wrinkles. Just, you know, when you iron clothing or shirt, you need some moisture. Same idea, right? You can then just wait until it dry a little bit, you know, because when it's too much water, it takes a long time to iron. So you want to let it dry, or you can use a piece of blotting paper. Just let me just use this one. Just iron it a little bit. Don't dry it completely. Just kind of see that. Don't press, because when you press, it got some minor crinkle or puckering. But with some moisture there still, that's the key. Okay, you can. It's not easy to do this. Sometimes it's over. Too dry, it doesn't have any moisture anymore. So just spray a little bit with a fine mist sprayer. So don't have any large water drops. If you have a large water drop, it might create some trouble. So just put this on to protect from the dirt on the iron, and then I'll just activate the film again by doing a second ironing. This time the painting is facing up. From center out. Okay. There's a shiny side of this paper that doesn't stick on the silicone facing the painting. So you don't have to really press that much. Just put the pressure evenly on very gently. Just let the heat does the work for you. Okay, if you see some minor wrinkles, which means yeah, because the paper has this waves, so you can spray a little more water and then iron again. If the wrinkle goes horizontal, you stretch the wrinkle like this, vertically. Okay, and once you spray water, you have to iron the whole thing again, just to dry it. You can see the color also enhanced. You can see much more detail than before the flattening or backing. We call this mounting or backing. Yeah. This is for framing purpose, so I use this paper. If it's for scroll mounting, you don't have to do this. You have to ask a specialist. So don't do this before you send it to the scroll mounting shop. We just need the original. Okay. And also this one, you repeat the same process. Or you can maybe see another process, we call it the method A, which you can mount this directly first. It's more difficult. We spray some water first, and then put this on. You need a paper towel if it's you see, that's the problem. If the silicone is larger, you have to cover it with a larger dust protecting sheet. So that I just cut it off. It will stick on the paper otherwise. And there's still a little bit, but that's fine because our release paper has an anti-stick side, I think. Yeah. So we just put this on. Hopefully it will not stick on the. Okay, so you can see still some film exposed, which is not a good idea. Yeah, if my iron touch this, it will become, it will stick on my iron. So that's why I may still go back to the method, the original procedure, without risking my painting. So just take the backing paper, since we're going to, if you have a, like a permanent support, you should always do this procedure. Unless you want to send this to a foreign country, you want to roll it in a small tube, and this may not be durable. It depends on the weight of the supporting material. You can use a larger tube or box maybe to send it. You can still roll it, I think. You can roll it like this, but not in a small tube. So that's the reason I sometimes mount it just on this paper. Okay, do this again. This is really easy, much easier than we mount the painting directly. So you put this on, right? And let it cool a little bit. If it doesn't, come off, and lift from one corner. Okay, and then put this painting line with the adhesive film that's already on the paper. My adhesive is a little larger, which is good, so it's easier for me to just put it inside the square I already have, and then put this back on top with the shiny side facing the painting, because the thickness around the painting may stick on this paper if it's a normal newsprint. Okay, so you have this sheet comes with the silicone, which is very helpful. Remember what I did? I sprayed the painting already, but it's kind of dry. The weather here is kind of dry, so I spray a little mist again, just a pinch, not too much. Just if you live in a moist climate, you don't have to do this, because the moisture in the paper should be enough. We live in a desert weather, kind of. Even today it's raining. It's better to spray a little bit. Okay, then I just iron from the center out, just to push the air to the side. okay. And then up and down, left and to right. You don't have to do this before painting, but you could, in the middle of painting or something, you can put the painting on watercolor paper and paint on it. You can still work on it because the dry mounting film does not seal the absorbency completely. You can still paint on it. And if you see minor wrinkles, spray some more moisture just to the spot where the wrinkles are instead of the whole thing. Just iron. I would say without mounting, the painting is not really finished. You cannot see the color vibrancy much better, right? So this is the best time to take a picture before you put in a frame behind the glass. This is the best time to do that. Thank you for watching and see you in the class.